Good morning, Trig class. Here we are. Okay, at the end of yesterday's video were some weird problems. I'm going to show you how to do them, and hopefully working back and forth they will make sense to you. And this isn't the best way to do this, but it's how it's going to work. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta was your first problem. And if you would have looked at the start of the video yesterday, anytime you see sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta, it's just 1. The answer to the first one is just 1. Okay, now it comes sort of new stuff. If you would look at the second question from yesterday, this is hard to write with just a mouse. Sine times cosecant. By the way, don't show your families this. This is my least professional video. The second question, so the top one is done. The top one is done. So you're not confused. So we write them in terms of sines and cosines. So sine is sine, but cosecant is the same as 1 over sine. It's the same as 1 over sine. And now if you'd look, if I make common denominators, and if you would notice from what you've learned, any multiplication, a top and a bottom, a numerator and denominator may cross into 1 and 1. And the second problem simplifies to be an answer of 1. Right, cosecant is 1 over sine. You are multiplying the numerator and denominator reduced to 1, and you get 1 over 1. All right, the third one you were asked to do was tangent of theta times cotangent of theta. The directions are to write in terms of sine and cosine. Well, tangent, as you learned, is the same as sine over cosine, and cotangent is the same as cosine over sine. Once you've written this, you will see that you have all multiplication, any numerator and any denominator cancel each other out. So these cancel into 1 and 1. These cancel into 1 and 1, and this becomes 1. No, not all answers simplify to 1, but a lot of them do. And the last one is sine squared theta plus secant squared theta. Secant is the same as 1 over cosine squared theta, secant squared theta. And it says times cosine squared theta. And I'll make this over 1. And it says times another cosine squared theta over 1. And look what happens here. These cosines cancel each other out. And you've got sine squared theta. All that is not crossed out here is a cosine squared theta. And if now you'd go back to your notes from yesterday, the answer is 1.